if you don't want to interrupt during, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping either she'll identify them, but who knows? Who knows?
Okay, ice cream. Just a minute. Okay.
All right, everybody, we are going to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone. And then Rabbi Pinsky is going to start us off.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Oh, it's so good to just see all of your faces. So we'll start out Moda Ani, expressions of gratitude. There's so much to be grateful for today, especially as we get ready to celebrate confirmation. So give me a second. Let's maximize. I need to pull back up my screen. All right. Moda Ani lefanecha.
For those who are wearing a talit today, we will do the blessing for putting on the talit if you haven't done it yet. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit. We continue with Ma Tovu.
So Ma Tovu Ohalecha Yaakov, I've been thinking a lot, how great are your tents, O Jacob. With this prayer has taken on really new meaning to me in quarantine because we are in our dwelling places a lot. We spend a lot of time here, so we recognize the good in that. One more time, just taking a minute to notice, what are you grateful for in your dwelling place, in your space this morning? What's good?
So as you know, today we are celebrating not only Shabbat, but confirmation. And we have 7 confirmands today and 4 pre-confirmands. So pre-confirmands are students who have completed 1 year of confirmation class, and they will get confirmed next year. And confirmands, of course, are the ones who have completed 2 years of the confirmation class. And for those who may not know, the way that confirmation works is after your bar or bat mitzvah, you can start confirmation either that same year or the following year. And it's a 2-year program. You can come in either year. And my philosophy of teaching that class is that you're post B'nai Mitzvah, you're 14 years old. In the second year, you might be 15 years old, somewhere thereabouts. And you're starting to be more independent and you're starting to go more out into the world on your own. And perhaps someday someone will come up to you and say, oh, you're Jewish? What's that all about? And you need to be able to answer. And so the point of confirmation class is to help kids start to develop their own answers to that question. So there's 4 parts over the 2 years. And each is around 6 months. One is sort of an overview of Jewish sacred literature. So we talk about what is the Torah and what is the Bible and what is Midrash and what is the Talmud, and kind of just go through all of those various sacred texts so that the students hopefully come out with an idea of what they all are. And then we go into a half a year of Jewish ethics, like what are Jewish ethics, what makes ethics Jewish, stuff like that. And then we do half a year on Jewish ideas about God and what, how Jews talk about God and think about God and how that's different from the way other religions might do that. And the last half year or the 4th half year is about Israel and what's our relationship with Israel and what do we, learning about Israel historically and currently and all of that. So that's what happens in confirmation class. And having 7 confirmands, that's the most confirmands we've had in many, many years. And so it's super exciting. And they're going to be helping to lead the service. Both the confirmands are each going to speak a little bit about what being Jewish means to them. And the pre-confirmands are going to help to lead the service. So the first person who's going to read for us is Martin McGee. So Martin, if you would unmute yourself and read Asher Yatzar.
Of course. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom, you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail, how well we are aware, we would lack the strength to stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, rofi chol basar umefali la'asot.
Amen. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorani. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorani. Elohai neshama shenatata Tehorani. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorani. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorani. And now we are going to have the first confirmand from today, who is going to share some of her thoughts about being Jewish. And that is Leela Wang. So Leela, where are you? Would you like to unmute yourself, please?
Hi.
Hi, Leela.
Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me good? Okay, so for my confirmation project, I interviewed my family from Israel, not only to hear about my family story, but to hear about their views on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that we studied in confirmation class. I learned how we were related and more about my family tree and heard some amazing stories about relatives in the Holocaust. I talked to Boaz, my distant cousin who lives in a village between Tel Aviv and Haifa. Boaz's mother, as a child, escaped the ghetto, witnessed her family being led to a concentration camp, and survived by sheltering at a Catholic monastery. She was content to remain a Christian until an uncle came to claim her after the war. She made her way to Palestine and was a founding member of a kibbutz in Negev. Boaz has very strong and warm feelings towards Arabs and says that many Jews do not see them as people, rather as monsters, and are unable to feel compassion for them. He says there really is no conflict and that Israel hasn't had an enemy in a long, long time. Boaz told me how they both wanted peace, but when they try to talk, they cannot hear each other. The Jews will say something, the Arabs won't hear it. The Arabs will say something, the Jews won't hear it. My other relative I talked to, Liat, who lives in a suburb of Tel Aviv, said something very similar. She has run for mayor in her town of Kiryat Ono and was active in an organization that brought together Israeli and Palestinian mothers. Liat's grandfather was my great-grandmother's brother. That's how we are related. Both my relatives believe there should be a two-state solution and civil rights for Arabs, but they said they are in the minority. It was so interesting to trace this and learn about my family tree going back generations, as well as to talk to my relatives and learn about their histories. It made me see more of my family heritage than I ever thought about and learn more about the situation in Israel firsthand. This makes me realize how far back my Jewish heritage goes and appreciate where I came from. Being a Jew is not always easy, and people really fought to survive, be free, and practice their own religion. So I appreciate that I can now show my Jewish heritage freely in a society where it is legal, although there is still anti-Semitism we continue to fight. Part of my heritage is Christian, and I am grateful for that example and spirituality of my Christian relatives. I think that God is with us all, and God loves everybody despite religion, race, sexuality, and other differences. Humans are all different, but all deserve kindness and are God's people.
Thank you, Leela. So I'm also going to be doing a blessing for each of the confirmands after they speak. So Leela, you are a person who is frequently brimming with enthusiasm. I have really appreciated your willingness to share your ideas and your questions in class. And sometimes your questions take us off in a whole different direction than what I had intended, but that's great because you want to know things and I want to talk about the things you want to know about. I've been your teacher, but I have learned from you as well. And it's been a pleasure to watch you grow into the young woman that you are today. So keep asking questions, keep learning and growing, keep wrestling with ideas. May your enthusiasm remain undampened, and may you find more and more richness in your family background and in your Judaism. Amen.
Thank you so much.
So thank you. And now we are going to go to our second confirmand, who is Daniel Siegel. So Daniel, I'm looking for you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I could just start.
You can just start.
I think of being Jewish as somewhat of a gift or a blessing. Like no matter what kind of Jew you are or how you became Jewish, God or whatever holy force you choose to believe in chose you to be a Jew. And I think for many people, Judaism defines their lifestyle and it really controls how they live. No, I'm not saying that's bad, but for me and probably many others, Judaism simply presents a set of morals or values that subconsciously guide us in life. Like values like when we are making everyday decisions and actions, we always have our little Jewish consciousness riding on our shoulder, telling us if this or that is ethical, or if it's time to complete a mitzvah, or whatever it is that you're thinking on this day. We always have that right there. Not only that, but being Jewish gives us a place in the Jewish community. Even though you're not Jewish the way I'm Jewish, and I'm not Jewish the way you're Jewish, we're all still Jews. And we can use that to relate to each other, to help each other, to learn from each other, and to support each other. I know personally from this community that we can even create a bond and make a friendship with each other. That to me is what being Jewish is. Both keeping in mind your Jewish values and being able to have neighbors, friends even, you can turn to at any time and ask for a prayer, for an opinion, and even for company. This is what Judaism means to me.
Oh, Daniel, thank you so, so much. When I first met you, you were just a toddler coming to Tot Shabbat every Friday with your mom. And it's been really remarkable to see you grow up, developing as a person and as a musician, blasting shofar expertly on Rosh Hashanah and sharing your ideas in confirmation class. The idea you expressed today that each of us is Jewish because God or some holy force chose us to be Jewish is absolutely beautiful. And my blessing is that you may continue to learn and grow and keep on choosing your Judaism and feeling chosen by it. Amen. Thank you, Daniel. That was wonderful.
Thank you so
We
much.
are going to continue now with Hallelujah.
Psalm 150. Hallelujah, 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 for sure. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
Just we praise God, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, 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 take a strong fight, hallelujah, hallelujah, whenever there be Lord, hallelujah, 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 told my heart, hallelujah, hallelujah, we feel that good God, hallelujah, 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 till the nation, hallelujah, hallelujah, till the true Akon Shama, Shama te hallelujah, Shama te hallelujah, Shama te hallelujah, hallelujah, Shama te hallelujah, hallelujah. So please now rise for as we continue with our Baruch Hu. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Let's be seated. And I'd like to invite Lucy to unmute herself and read Yotzer for us.
Praise are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom, you form them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer Hamarot.
And Isaac, are you here? Would you read the next one? Isaac? I don't know if Isaac is here.
How about we go on to Shema, and if he's here, he'll chime back in for the reading.
Sure.
All right, so we will rise once again for our Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Mahuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Mahuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. We can be seated. Did we figure out if Isaac is with us? All right, we'll keep going to our Via Hafta chanting together. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לעוד על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות להם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Please read responsively with me. The eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else. May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation nor learn war anymore. You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asks God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing.
We continue with our Micha Mocha, our song of freedom. Try to feel that spirit of freedom.
Our next confirmand to speak is Parker Jonas. So Parker, would you please unmute yourself and share your thoughts with us?
I chose to write about what being Jewish meant to me. And to me, being Jewish has meant almost one thing my entire life. Sacrifice. I had to sacrifice what I wanted to make others happy. I wanted to stay at home and sleep. Sorry. You have to get up and go learn about something you barely understand. Now, however, it means something else. It means something else now. It means connections. It means a place where I belong and have a place. It means that all of the sacrifices I've made was to effectively find my place. And I am happy to say that place is here in this community.
Thank you, Parker. Parker, it's been my privilege to know you for quite a few years now and to watch you grow up. I always know that you can be counted upon for honesty, and your Drosh today, your thoughts today are no exception to that. You tell it like it is. And I'm so glad that you found a place for yourself in this community. I thank you for the thoughtful ideas that you've shared in confirmation class. May you be blessed with a continued feeling of belonging, and may you continue to learn and grow with increased understanding. Amen. And now our next Drosh is Jordana. So Jordana, are you gonna read yours, or did you want someone else to do it?
I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
So, I had trouble trying to figure out what I was going to write for this. I don't know how to put an indescribable feeling into words, but I finally feel like I may have, for the most part, figured it out. For me, being Jewish is one of the things that connects myself to the world around me. It's one of the things that makes me and my friends so creepily similar. It's the subject of increasingly strange philosophical debates in my school art class. But most importantly, it connects me to my family. This is why I'm surrounded with all these amazing people. The fact that my family is Jewish is a major factor in why I exist and in making me who I am. Earlier, my Grammy traced back synagogue presidents in my family from multiple generations. I love learning about my family's history. I am able to feel close with the people I never knew, even if I know almost nothing about them. I feel this connection because we are all connected on this web. If you were to make a mind map of all the people in my family, you would put our classically Jewish last name in the middle, and you would base the whole thing on family traditions. There would have to be a section with my grandma and my grandpa's baking that they learned from their parents and grandparents. Another section would have to go to my Grammy singing the frog song at Passover every year without fail. Another one to my grandpa telling me stories every chance he gets about all his crazy adventures from when he was younger. Or my poppy holding me up in the air the same way I do with my little cousins now. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm definitely a person who has a strong hatred for any type of change. But my family and the foundations to who we are and to who I am, those are my constants. Judaism is the fundamental value that connects all of these occurrences on the mind map that is my life.
Jordana, thank you so much. And I know you hate speaking in front of people, and I thank you for doing so today and sharing your ideas. And also, I appreciate the ways in which you've shared your thoughts and your presence in confirmation class. You are full of ideas, you are observant, you are artistic, and you are eloquent. You are also kind, and that really matters more than all the rest of it. May you have strength to do the things that are hard to do when you have to do them. And may you have the creativity to find ways to do things that work for you. And may Judaism and family always provide for you the firm foundation that they do today. Amen.
Thank you.
We continue now with the tefillah. So
I'll invite everyone to rise where you are if you're able. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב לחושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בגבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, Adonai leolam, Elohai Tzion, Lidor vador. Hallelujah. Lidor vador nagid God lecha. Can we scroll, please? Ulenetzach netzachim. Kedushatcha nakdish. V'shivchacha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush. Leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We can be seated. We'll continue with our Visham Ru, our blessing for this day of Shabbat. Ahad Ha'am, great theologian and thought leader, taught that more than the Jewish people, more than we ourselves have kept Shabbat, that Shabbat is what has kept us all of these years. 1 second. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat, la'asot et hashabat, לדורותם ברית עולם. v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat, la'asot et hashabat, לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם.
Evan Froelich, would you unmute yourself and please read for us in the English?
Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest, sanctify us with your mitzvot, and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai our God, grant us your holy Shabbat as a heritage. May Israel, who sanctifies your name, rest on Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Thank you.
So my friends, in the midst of our Amidav, our Tefillah section of prayer, we come to our Modim, our expression of gratitude. And there is so much to be grateful for, especially today as we celebrate our confirmands. Yes, we would love to be in person, but what a beautiful thing it is that we can come together like over this method of Zoom, and I'm absolutely kvelling over all of our confirmands, everyone who has spoken so far in our service and everyone yet to come, and I am so grateful for you all and for your deep wisdom. So if there is anything else that you are feeling grateful for this morning, I would invite you to share that with us, and you can pull up your chat and type, what is it that you want to express gratitude for this morning? And I will read out what people type in the chat. So start thinking, start typing, and by coming together, by expressing our gratitude in this way, we can join and all feel that grand gratitude for each of us. So what are people feeling grateful for this morning? Grateful for family, grateful for all of you, for this community. Beautiful, thank you. Your brother got a good medical report. Great, Pam, glad to hear that. Good health, such a blessing. Anything else for all of these confirmands to whom we say Mazel Tov? Indeed, Helene. Sitting next to your daughter, what a beautiful thing to be able to gather even virtually and be with our families for spring and sunshine. Oh my goodness, nice weather. Can you even believe it? Grateful for Wi-Fi working. Certainly grateful every time that it works. Definitely grateful to see this new generation of confirmands. Warms your heart. I know, I'm just absolutely quelling for the youth that we can be part of this worship experience. Layla's confirmation from Albuquerque. So we have people joining us from all over. Tomorrow was your son Eitan's birthday. Grateful for him and his family. Amazing. This entire community, grateful to have such a wonderful family. So much about our family and community, such blessings to be able to listen to this service, the beautiful thoughts for the confirmand. So many of us are sharing gratitude for that. Grateful for light of the confirmands. We are a living menorah, a beautiful metaphor for our confirmands. I'm sure every single one of us could type that we are grateful for our confirmands. We can keep doing it. Show that gratitude to be able to share today with everyone. So beautiful for all of these blessings, and feel free to keep typing in your blessings, things that you're grateful for. And we read that last line of our modim together. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Such beautiful moments of gratitude.
We continue with a prayer for peace, peace in our world, peace in our homes, peace inside our own hearts. Grant peace, goodness, and blessing, grace, kindness, and mercy to us and to all your people, Israel. Bless us, our Creator, all of us together through the light of your presence. Truly, through the light of your presence, Adonai, our God, you gave us a Torah of life, the love of kindness, justice, and blessing, mercy, life, and peace. May you see fit to bless your people Israel at all times, at every hour, with your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael bashalom. And now we continue for a moment quietly. If you can see the words on the screen, there are words there that you might use in your prayer, or we can always use the words that are in our own hearts. And now we turn to our next confirmand, Eowyn Schneider. So Eowyn, would you unmute yourself and share some of your thoughts?
Hi. So I'm basically just gonna talk about what being Jewish means to me. So I think that my Judaism means more to me than I can even realize. It's who I am. It's influenced my life and my identity probably more than I'm able to recognize. It's always been that other thing in my life. It's the other part of me besides my family, my friends, and school that I almost don't realize is there. It has provided me with a rich history and wonderful traditions, but most importantly is the community I've been so lucky to be a part of. I don't know who I would be if I hadn't gone to Hebrew school every Saturday for 9 years. It's taken me a long time to realize this, but I love being Jewish. I really do. I love the songs we sing during service. I love Passover Seders. I love celebrating Hanukkah with my family. When I was younger, I used to complain about having to go to synagogue and how it felt like the Passover Seder would never end. But now that I'm older, I can really see how lucky I was to take part in something so beautiful. Regarding my own personal Jewish journey, I don't have everything figured out, but there are a few things I know for sure. I know that I've been able to be a part of something bigger than myself, and I know that I'm grateful for being able to freely be a Jew. When I was younger, and even now, almost all of my friends at school were not Jewish, and I would always feel a bit bummed out when they would all talk about Christmas or Easter, which were things that I just couldn't relate to. However, being able to go to Hebrew school and talk about traditions or holidays that I celebrated was truly a blessing. For me, my Jewish identity isn't defined by a single thing, but it's a beautiful blend of so many different things. Thank you.
Eowyn, thank you so much. You know, Eowyn, you started attending confirmation actually well before your bat mitzvah, right? When your brother Barzillai was responsible for taking care of you after school. And so you would come to confirmation and have a slice of pizza and sit outside the room waiting for him to be done. And now, today, you are the one who's being confirmed. In your drash today, I particularly like that you said you don't have everything about your Jewish life figured out, because that's exactly as it should be. I hope that you will keep on figuring out your Jewish life for as long as you live. May you always feel part of something bigger than yourself, and may you always be free to live as a Jew. May you continue to discover and experience the richness of Judaism. Amen.
Yeah.
And now our next confirmand is Ava Zuckerman. So Ava, would you unmute yourself and share your thoughts?
So my speech is kind of vague, but I think it really settles on how I feel about being Jewish. So throughout the 2 years I've spent going to confirmation class, my perception of Judaism has drastically changed. When I first had my bat mitzvah, I thought of Judaism solely as a religion. However, every day since then, my idea of what it means to be a Jew has broadened. As a teenager, I tend to care a lot about what people think of me. This also applies to my Jewishness. In the past, I would often shy away from telling people I was Jewish. I was afraid I didn't pray or participate in temple as much as I should have, and therefore was not worthy of calling myself a Jew. I'm so grateful for this class, as my understanding of Judaism, being a community, a mindset, and a place, has allowed me to settle into my identity.
Thank you so much, Ava. You know, by the time students get to confirmation class, I feel like for most of them, there's an element of choosing to be there. Even if your parents made you go to religious school up through your bar bat mitzvah, by the time you get to confirmation class, I think most parents are tired of fighting about it. And if you don't want to go, you're not going to go. So not too many kids are forced by their parents to go. In your case, Ava, it is especially clear that you have participated in this class by your own choice, that it was what you wanted. And it's been a great pleasure to have you in class. I am glad that over the course of the last 2 years, you've become more comfortable in your identity as a Jew. May you continue to develop that identity as you learn and grow as a person. May you also learn and grow as a Jew. Amen.
Thank you.
We are continuing now by turning to our Torah. So I'm going to read a little bit of today's Torah portion, which is Naso. We always like to have a little bit of Torah as part of our Saturday morning service. So this is from the beginning of Parshat Naso. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, Naso et rosh b'nei Gershon, gam hem. Oh wait, no, that is right. Gam hem levet avotam lemishpechotam. Mi ben 30 shana v'mala ad ben 50 shana tifkod otam kol haba litzvot tzava la'avod avodah be'ohel moed. Zot avodat mishpecha hagershuni la'avod ulemasa. Thank you. We turn our thoughts now to those among us and those in our hearts who are ill and who are in need of healing of body, of mind, or of spirit. If you have names you would like to add for the Misha Baruch that you have not sent to me, you may add them in the chat now, and I'll also give you a chance to add them aloud. Today, we are holding in our thoughts and in our hearts for healing Robert Serpico, Evelyn Urbano, Jesse Sakharoff, Ronnie Turek, Ira Weiss, Elaine Drucker, Alan Fremer, Susan Bilecki, Nathan Aaron Robbins, Andrew Mazzella, Jeffrey Levinson, Michael Scott Landisberg, Michael Luck, Alana Beth Berger, Shelley Oken, Louise Dankberg, Jane Berman, Harry Bower. Freema Schneier adds Elaine Gordet, Ellie Heinrich, Phyllis O'Neill, Shari Rolnick, Marcy Babayatsky, and Shirley Amrani. Sam and Fran Silverman add Vicky Lightmaker, Eddie DeAngelis, Nettie Trommer, Dave Moore, and Mia Gannon. Susan Sisler adds Dolores Weinberger, Ingrid Grosso, Roberta Gotthelf, Audrey Cohen, and Fran Sisler. Linda Horowitz adds Sandy Alfont and Irene Nachanoff. Pam Glansman adds Andy Glansman, Deanna, and Ira Roth. Sarah Rothstein adds Arnie Rothstein. Ellen Rothstein adds Rebecca Rothstein and Bambi Polk. Jamie Orenstein adds Dr. Leonard Gantz. Patty Ann Cubero adds Claude Smith, Edith DeJal, Susan Attia, and Jennifer Grandos. Dr. Larry Wolf adds Marla Hirsch, and Dr. Wolf and Monica Bayer add Steve Kamholtz. Hannah Roth-Seavey adds Joellen Fox and Muriel Campbell. Patricia Matthews adds Jeanette Riley, Elena Aram, Chanel Kamabach, Warren Feliz, Jimmy Jenkins, Peter Gale, and Paul Kastick. Mona Goldberg adds Anna Flores, Marlene Unterberger, Francis Bergman, Delphine Wolf, Freya Kashmir, and Michelle Boudin. From the chat, We add Linda Kushner Silverman. Robert Teixeira adds Richard Polonetsky. Eric Platt adds Jeff Weissman. Sophia McGee adds Dr. Carlos Salguero. And Helene is updating us that after 7 weeks in the hospital suffering from COVID-19, Louise Dankberg has finally made it to rehab. So we are grateful for that. Mickey Platt, do you have names to add?
Yes, Steve Abramowitz, Sherry Burns, Thea Pratt Glasser, Steve Glasser, Sandra Pastor, Phyllis Schwartz, Terry O'Leary, and myself.
Thank you. Does anyone else have, if you have names you'd like to add, you can unmute yourself and I'll call on you. Frima?
Perry Franco and Debbie has some.
Gail Peltzer and Jose Gonzalez.
Shosh?
Bob Perlman.
Oh, for God's sake.
Bob Perlman, Alan Rose, Pat Rose.
Sue-Ann Fishkin Harrods, Della Cohen, Lucy Lamp, and all the Lamp family.
Thank you, Hazel. Jane Gleiberman. Jane, you need to unmute. Oops.
Alt A.
Jane, I'm not sure what's happening with your muting and unmuting, but I know that the Divine One who is listening had heard the names that you added. Eric Platt.
Good.
Michael Moore, Nancy Connor, Michael Dash, Dave Stanger. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
There's several more.
Sally adds Sydney Weisberg.
Did you see mine from earlier?
Did I see? Well, why don't you just say it?
Well, Ashley asked me to chat. Holly Fouts, I added Maria Hemphill. There's ones further up in the
I
chat.
see it. I see it. So Ashley Perlman adds Holly Fouts. Charlotte adds Barry Strumpf and Selma Carl. Emma Tattenbaum Fine adds Shirley Bovshow in California. Lucy Wadman adds Shani Gable. Mike Rose adds Robert Perlman. Alan Rose, Pat Rose, and Maria Hemphill. Anyone else? Okay. We also include all of those who are suffering from COVID-19 and those who are suffering from the measures that are in place to mitigate the spread of the virus. And we include those who have been wounded in service to our country or Israel, and those who have been hurt in other recent disasters, including storms in India and other natural or human-created disasters around the world. Avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We have one more confirmand to hear from today, and she is the only one that I am with in person. So Shoshana Hoover is going to share her thoughts now.
So a while ago, before all this stuff with COVID-19 began, I had a conversation with a friend of mine. We were just kind of chatting, and we got to talking about religion. She was curious about Judaism. She grew up Christian in Texas, and she didn't have much experience with Judaism or Jewish people. We eventually came to discuss that in her religion, she is told to do good things and be kind to other people so she can go to heaven. However, in Judaism, we don't really have concepts of heaven or hell, or even really what happens after we die. We're told to love our neighbors as ourselves, not so we can get some happy ending in the clouds after we die, but because we are all made in God's image. I found that interesting. Judaism tells us that we should be good to each other, help each other. We are told that it is an incredible mitzvah to save a life, but if it puts our own life at risk, we shouldn't do it. Staying alive and keeping others alive is a huge thing in Judaism. Above basically everything else, we're supposed to stay alive because we are made in God's image and we are God's people. Over the past couple years in confirmation class, I've learned a lot about Judaism and Israel and my own Jewish identity. It's important to me to be able to talk in an educated manner about my religion. At my school, also before the pandemic, I started a Jewish student union club with a friend of mine. She is also Jewish, and we wanted to have a safe space to discuss our religion and the world around us after some anti-Semitic situations at my school. In the club, there are Jews and non-Jews of different types who all practice differently and have different experiences with Judaism. It's been invaluable to be able to tell my friends how I experience and relate to Judaism, as well as listening to their experiences. I look forward to learning more, teaching others, and winning Jewish trivia games. Thank you.
I will scooch back into the frame for your blessing. Oh, Shoshi. It is such a privilege to be able to bless you on this day. I appreciate the extent to which you have willingly attended and participated in confirmation class, particularly these last weeks on Zoom, where often you were the only student who would speak or be visible, because everyone wants to be muted and have their cameras off. And I was like throwing things out into the void. But Shoshi would sit next to me and she could be relied upon to answer my questions. For the rabbi's kid, it's not nothing that you were willing to do this. Some kids struggle with their mom being the rabbi and the teacher, but you have taken it in stride. You've been a bit of a ringer in class, partly because I guess living in our home, you've just absorbed a certain amount, but also because you want to know these things. Shoshi, I am so proud of the young woman that you are. Whether you are always aware of it or not, you live Judaism on some level in everything that you do. May you find your Jewishness to be a source of strength and connection throughout your life. Amen. And just because I can, I'm gonna hug you.
Coming in.
Okay.
Stealth
Okay,
dad.
enough. Okay. So we now rise for the Aleinu. I'm going to share that. If you choose to, and if you're able, please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושבי קרוב בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. And may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Let's be seated. We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us, our loved ones who have died in the past days or weeks or months, or in past years at this time of the year. If you have a prayer book in front of you, the Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. And if you have names to add that you haven't sent to me, you may absolutely type them into the chat. We remember those who have died in the past year. William Lamp, Martin Schenken, Solomon Tettelbaum, Sean Singer, Jeff Harris, Sammy Berger, Rabbi Kenneth Roseman, Chaim Braunzweig, Harry Baylor, Ben Schaefer, Shirley Hyatt Tobias, Myron Klein, Ted Tobias, Sandy Gannon Abel, Dave Ribbler, Bess Newman, Buzz Lorch, Benjamin Binyamin Elwood, Edward Albino, Joseph Davis, Jerry Charon, Gary Zeitlin, Sean Devlin, David Levy, Lenny Drucker, Beverly Tredinick, Evelyn Pincus, Rita Spiro, Beatrice B.J. Jacobs, Melvin Jorgrau, Gloria Katzen, Lorraine Elner, Amanda Corwin, Mel Paul, Nigel Grant, Benjamin Resnick, Robin Silverman, Jeanette Zarrow, Claire Strauss, Roberta Kessman, Joshua Steiner, Andrew M. Cohen, Netta Albray, Roz Kirschenbaum, Larry Kramer, Mel Barish, George Floyd. Ellen Rothstein adds Selma Gold, Jeff Harris, Helen Polk, Sheila Catan, Dr. Mark Leibowitz, Dr. Tina Polk, Dr. Austin Schlecker. We include also Ken Orland's mother, Evelyn Orland. Hannah Roth Seavey adds Ronald Seavey, Ruth Belay adds Rita Belay and Jay Jankelowitz. Mara Minsky adds Sally Wadman. Eric Platt adds Abby Sheck. Jane and Harold Gleiberman add Arthur Roski. On our yahrzeit list today, we include Candy Friedman's relative Benjamin Albino, Lisa Bachner's mother, Ray Bachner, Mona Goldberg's husband, Arthur Goldberg, Rabbi Bill Cloner's relative, Sidney Cloner, Madeline Jonas's mother, Peggy Kuhn, Sarah West's mother, Miriam Meyer, Joan Salisbury's brother, Richard Pincus, Martin Morowitz's aunt, Minnie Russell, George Liss's aunt, Anne Seloff, Yvette Pomerantz's relative, Abraham Silverberg, Shirley Spivak's father-in-law, Samuel Spivak, Tamara Kerner's mother, Miriam Schwergold, and Tamara's father-in-law, Jack Kerner, Sam Silverman's cousin, Cy Traumer. So Faye adds Boris Brisker, William Gill, and Zhenya Lebedeva. Eric Platt adds Ted Gordon. Lucy adds Bob Oswald and Sally Wadman. Linda Kushner Silverman adds her beloved son Seth, Barbara Kafka, and Shelley Cohen. We include David Sutherland and Joe Barbado. Pam Glansman adds Evelyn Orland, who I mentioned. Manny and Fran Arnowitz add Heather Billups Piazza. Mike Rose adds Mark Gabor. Helene Smith adds Michelle Paula Corcus, daughter of the late Temple Secretary Ilsa Corcus. Pam Glansman adds Sig Katz, and Sally adds Lachlan Brooks. Charlotte, do you have names to add?
Yes, Michelle Paula Corcus, the daughter of Ilsa, and Sandra Crales, who was a Temple member and a very dear friend.
Thank you. Does anyone else have a name to add?
I think there's a new message in the chat.
There's a new message in the chat. I mentioned George Floyd, and Michael Rose is mentioning George Floyd as well. Okay. I'm just quickly scrolling through everyone to see if anybody is waving. And I don't see any other names. So we include all of those who have died of COVID-19. And we include those who have died around the world from other causes, whether in war or famine or terror or disaster, or alone and homeless on our city streets. I invite you to participate in the Mourner's Kaddish according to your own custom. If you don't have your own custom with regard to the Kaddish, I invite you to rise if you're able and join in. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei dekudisha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, dam yaran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to the bereaved wherever they may be. And let us say, Amen. Let's be seated. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael amen. At this time, I would like to invite Joel Moss to say a few words on behalf of Brotherhood to the confirmands.
I am really, have to tell you, mazel tov to everybody. Your thoughts, confirmands were just fantastic. You really showed great thought, and you really did a great job. Your pre-confirmants, you really added a lot to the service. And I am sorry that we're not, able in this crazy Twilight Zone world we're living in to be together. And Brotherhood has gifts that we would like to present to you, and we'll be mailing them out and to the confirmants. Congratulations. It's amazing that you actually went 2 more years, because I know a lot of people after the bar mitzvah say that's it, including me. I ran, but there was an Orthodox shul for a while. So it's really great that you continue your education. I hope you continue your Jewish education. And the pre-confirmants, we will see you next year, I'm sure, in doing this great job. So on behalf of Brotherhood, we wish everybody a great future. Hopefully we're returning to normal. And thank you for sharing your thoughts and making the service really, really thoughtful. And Rabbi Hoover, you could see the smile on your face. So we know you're really proud and you did a great job with them. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Joel. And now I'd like to invite Charlotte Russell to speak on behalf of the women of Beshert.
I am amazed and impressed with everything that I've seen and listened to this morning. You are our leaders in the Jewish faith, all of you. You represent what our future has to offer us. And it is just a wonderful thing to listen to you, to be allowed to share with you some of your thoughts. I thank you so much. You have enriched our morning, our day, and our love for Judaism. And on behalf of the women of Beshert, there will be gifts arriving in the mail, since we cannot give them to you personally. We thank you again for this wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Charlotte. And now I would like to call on Eric Platt to give us announcements.
Hi, I'd like to congratulate all the confirmands on reaching this special occasion and sharing your thoughts. You've inspired us and give us hope that the future of the Jewish people will live on through you. I hope that Beshert will continue to be a part of your Jewish journey. And if there's any way I can help you enhance that journey through our congregation, please let me know, because your participation is important to our future too. Thank you. I want to mention that Tuesday, as always, is our Torah study class led by Sam Silverman. It's growing every week, and the discussion is really great. So if you're interested in being a part of it, please contact Sam or the temple office so that you can be shared, so that the link can be shared with you. Also, I'm really excited about next Saturday night, June 6th, where we're having another Saturday night at Bashert. It'll be a variety show with where you will get a chance to see the wonderful talent within our congregation and the congregation, friends of the congregation. Please make a note of it. Please attend. It'll be a great evening. And finally, I want to remind you that since we're not in our building, we're not collecting tzedakah during Shabbat. So please do so by visiting our website or just mailing a check or tzedakah. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Rabbi Pinsky.
Yes, so again, Mazel Tov to all of our confirmands. It is this week we have been celebrating the holiday of Shavuot, and it really is no coincidence that we combine confirmation with the timing of Shavuot. Shavuot, our holiday celebrating receiving Torah, because all of you are learners and purveyors of Torah. It was such a beautiful blessing to hear your Torah that you shared with us this morning. You shared your hearts and your souls and your own Jewish identities, and that was such a beautiful thing. Whenever we finish reading a book of Torah, we say the words chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. And today, as you finish whatever part of the journey of confirmation, whether you are one of our confirmands or one of our students continuing on in the class next year, I want to share this blessing of chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek as we wrap up this part of the journey. May you all be strong, getting stronger, and may you be strengthened by one another in this time, holding on to your own Torah and the Torah of your community of confirmation. Shabbat shalom, everyone, and Mazel Tov again.
Thank you. I would like to acknowledge that today was also the last day of religious school for this year. And thank you to Rabbi Pinsky for all of your hard work with the religious school this year. And thank you to our teachers who, like all teachers everywhere, have had to change up everything that they were doing over the last couple of months and go to Zoom. And so huge thanks to Rabbi Pinsky and our teachers for the work that they have done all year, and especially over these last couple of months. And it's been a good religious school year, and we look forward to whatever the next religious school year is going to bring. And I hope that there is some rest in store for all of our teachers, everyone who works with our kids. I gave individual blessings to each of you confirmands today, but I also want to echo what everyone else has been saying about how eloquent you are and what wonderful ideas you bring and what a bright future you offer for Judaism and for the world in general. So may you be blessed in all that you do and continue learning and growing always. I also would like to amplify what Pam has been typing into the chat, that in just about an hour at 1:30, we will continue our celebration of Shavuot with picturing Shavuot across the pond, it will be on Zoom, There are tickets on Eventbrite. There's a suggested donation of $10, but you do not have to donate to get a ticket. Getting a ticket will get you the Zoom link to join us. And my friend Steve Silbert, who is an expert Jewish sketchnoter, is going to be teaching sketchnoting, and we're going to do a little bit of study of the book of Ruth and draw some pictures, and Rabbi Pinsky is going to sing with us a little bit, and it's going to be just lovely. 2 hours, 1:30 to 3:30 today. So please join us for that. And one of the things that I talked about yesterday during our Shavuot Festival morning service is one of the ways of opening yourself up to revelation is by stepping out of your comfort zone. And I know drawing is not in everyone's comfort zone. So I'm going to invite you to step out of your comfort zone. It's not hard to do, and you don't have to be able to draw. So show up and join us for that. And now, for everyone, all of us, confirmands and pre-confirmands and post-confirmands and all of us. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha Shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine on you and be gracious to you. May God lift God's face towards you and give you peace. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Come back in an hour.
Shabbat shalom.